In my last video, I did my spoiler-free thoughts on Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire, and it's been a couple of days now. I literally cannot stop thinking about this film because I loved it. It was amazing, it was awesome. I had a great experience, and how can I stop thinking about it when this film was unintentionally so dumb that it was a great film, and everything about this film I love. How can I just put that aside from my existence? So this is going to be my spoiler thoughts on Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. So yes, this is going to be a spoiler territory. If you have not seen the film, which I highly recommend you watching it, especially on the big screen, come back to this video after you watch it. And I think for now, if you have enough time, watch my spoiler-free thoughts, and then you can come back to this video after you watch it. Hopefully you do enjoy, and if you have seen it, and if you have seen the film already, then feel free to have this discussion as we are going to be having a spoiler talk. So before I begin, I want to talk about the elephant in the room, and that is Rotten Tomatoes. How much do we love Rotten Tomatoes? Well, I guess this says it all, because the critics is currently giving this a 55% on Rotten Tomatoes. I do understand why the critics give this a low score. It was just more about the actions, and I do know a lot of people do not like this film, which is totally normal, it's totally fine. I respect that, sure, but at least it was a fun time to watch it, a fun experience. So can we just admire how adorable Godzilla is in this film? Like him sleeping at this, if I can recall, a stadium, that was just so adorable, and it's just inspired by the director who has a cat, which I have a cat as well. He was served justice. He was so badass in this film. Anytime he comes into the screen, it's just, come on people, come on, give this guy a round of applause, give this guy an Oscar, like, come on. I just love everything about Godzilla in this film, his action, his atomic breath, like come on. That was amazing to see on the big screen. So I really do love Godzilla even more after watching this, and that's why Godzilla is so badass, and he always will be. Remember that. Let's move on to Kong, because you know, Kong is the heart of this film. I really love the scene where he thought that he heard another ape, so he just ran to that sound, and he was disappointed where he just saw like a frog just imitating him. That hits hard, but that also means that we know that he's going to meet more apes or more of his kind, because that is shown in the trailer. It's so emotional to see that Kong will eventually have his own family. Okay, but seriously though, can we talk about that funny scene where the first time Kong meets Zuko, which is the mini Kong? We need to talk about this scene where he just literally grabs Zuko's leg and just use them as a weapon to just smack the other apes down. Like, come on. Anyways, yeah, I think I expressed a lot about my love and passion for Godzilla and Kong. It was awesome spectacle, and it just showed how much we love these characters again, and I love them even more. Hot take, please do not hate me for this. Out of all the Monsterverse films I've seen, my favorite human character is Gia. The reason why I love Gia in the Monsterverse films is because I just loved her bonding and connection she has with Kong. So we got Trapper, and Trapper, you know, is a very chill guy, and he is a great addition to this film. Dr. Andrews, I am very neutral about the character, not a big fan, and I think she's a very good character throughout this film. She just wants the best for Gia because she sees her as her daughter and just wants the best for her, because in the film Gia meets her tribe again, and it just really shows Dr. Andrews just really wants the best for Gia, and at the end of the film she decides that she wants to still be with Dr. Andrews. Kind of felt rushed, but I did like that moment. And Bernie, the comedy relief of this character, I think he was funny. I especially loved the scene which got me laughing the most, where Dr. Andrews tells the group that you should give eye contact to the tribe because it's very polite. When Bernie literally stares at one of them, he was like, yeah, this is not working at all. That was just hilarious. Now, Scar King was stunning. I got even more scared of him and more hate of him when he literally pushed a friendly ape into the lava, and I was just like, okay, alright, come on Kong, come on. Beat the shit out of him. Like, Scar King, like, yeah, sure, we needed more of Scar King, but it just showed how much of a threat he is. Like, he literally abuses his slave. The way he just poked fun of Kong for having a metal teeth, and just him, you know, almost hurting Zuko. Like, it just showed how much hate you're going to have for this villain. A Monsterverse villain that has a personality. And the way he was defeated, like Shimu just breathing out, like just freezing Scar King, and Kong just like yeeting him on the floor and just smashing. And yes, the action was very goofy and funny. Not a bad thing, but it's just a very fun time to see that, like Godzilla charging at Kong while Kong's like, please, no. Like, that was so funny. Unintentionally, it was not supposed to be funny, I think, but I really do love the director's vision on making this sort of like cartoonish fight scene, because it was a lot more fun and enjoyable, and that's why I love the action in this one. The CGI, the VFX team did a magnificent job. Action was great. You're gonna get a laugh from them, especially when it comes to like Kong talking to the apes, or just communication, or the way they are literally acting. I think I can close off there because, as I already mentioned, I loved it. It was a fun time. Amazing, awesome. It's definitely rewatchable in cinemas. So yeah, and also I do need my Godzilla bobblehead. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. What do you think about the film? Did you love it? Did you think there were some issues? I understand that maybe some people will say that this is a bad film, or they did not like it, it's not their cup of tea. Or if you're just like me, who thought that this was a fun movie, you loved it, you enjoyed it, then yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. So have a good one, and I'll see you for the next one.